All right, my Final Four is set. Gonzaga out of the West, Kentucky out of the East, Kansas from the Midwest, and Tennessee from the South. I think the Vols will keep this run going. And I like the matchup against Kansas. It will be interesting. Ochai Agbaji is a really good player. But as we saw earlier this year, Kentucky went into Kansas and won in a big way at the Phog. This game going to be in New Orleans. And I think maybe this is the year for Rick Barnes. I think he gets to the Final Four, and I think he's got a decent matchup there against Kansas. I'm going to take Tennessee. Maybe I'm drinking the orange Kool-Aid, but I'm going to take Tennessee all the way to the national championship game. On the other side of the bracket, you've got Gonzaga, the #1 overall seed, has been there last year unbeaten into the final, and then loses to Baylor. Heartbreak City. I don't think this team is as good as last year's, but it may still very much be the #1 team in the country. Kentucky is really talented, but I'm not sure even the Wildcats have the talent that Kentucky has. Oscar Tshiebwe is going to limit, maybe even eliminate Drew Timme in that game. But there's a lot of other guys that Gonzaga can turn to, and I think that'll be enough. I've got the Zags moving on from the semifinals and into the championship game. So then it's going to be Gonzaga and it's going to be Tennessee. And I think given the experience, I think given where they've been before, and I think given the coaching matchup, Mark Few versus Rick Barnes, I think Gonzaga wins. I think this is the year that the Zags knock down that door. And I think this is the year that Mark Few gets that trophy and the Zags celebrate the national championship. I think Tennessee gets close. I think they have an absolute shot. And again, if you want to look at Tennessee's bracket, I think the first weekend, the Vols have very favorable matchups to get through and get to San Antonio in the South Regional Final. Whoever they play there, and I think the top 4 seeds are getting there, I think are going to be battles. Arizona would be a huge battle. Incredibly talented team. Illinois would be a big-time battle, having to deal with Kofi Cockburn and a team that can shoot it as well as Illinois can shoot from outside. Villanova already beat Tennessee this year. But I think Tennessee can turn the tables there. And like I said, if Kirk Kriisa isn't healthy, I think Tennessee beats Arizona. I think Tennessee can match up against Kansas in the Final Four. I'm not sure it has enough to beat Gonzaga. But it would be an incredible run, no questions about it. It's already been an incredible season. And I think for the first time in a while, you feel really good about the way Tennessee is playing moving in to March Madness. And I think you feel pretty good about the path as well. I do have Gonzaga cutting down the nets, breaking through in that way and avenging the heartbreak from last year. But that would be a wild tournament if it happened. All right, we'll take our final break. We'll come back. Let you kind of digest all this. We'll say goodbye after this. This is SportsLine on News Channel 5+.